Hello, welcome to our Impact Wrestling review with me, All Things Wrestling, and Ellie Langford. How are you doing today, Ellie?
Hello, Tom. I'm doing good today.
So, let's talk about Impact Wrestling, where lots of interesting things happened today.
Yes, indeed, actually.
We kick off with Moose versus Willie Mack in a no disqualification match.
Oh, yeah, this match was amazing.
It was a very good match. Again, like Saturday night, Moose won by referee stoppage, retaining his world championship. The
See,
Scottish
the
Championship.
reason why this match was so amazing for me is because you get to see Moose beating the shit out of Willie. Isn't that just what everyone wants to see?
Yes,
No?
I would. Yes, good match. I'd give it a 2.75 out of 5. Not a technical masterpiece, but it did what it needed to do.
Yeah, I'd give it 2.8. It wasn't necessarily trying to be massive, entertaining match. It was just meant to be just Moose destroying Willie, because why not?
Yes. Then we move on to Suicide! Making his return to Impact Wrestling to go against local enhancement talent Gio. Match starts off Eric Young and then Joe Doering, who looks like a mixture between Big Cass and Jake the Snake Roberts. Seriously, look at a picture of him, he really does. Comes out of the ring and then beats both men up. So, match ends in a no contest, but Joe did a pretty decent beatdown of Suicide and Gio.
Yeah. The match was 1 minute there?
Less than a minute. It was like 25 seconds. The bell rang,
Yeah.
they went into the corner, and then they came and destroyed everybody.
The match will get a 0.2 out of 5 for me then. But I guess the part after, where they actually beaten down, and I think there was a promo that was being cut as well, was pretty alright actually. So
I'd give it a 5 out of 10 for the whole thing overall.
yeah, maybe a 5 out of 10. Yeah, it's just the match was not even a match, so
Yeah. Then Deonna Purrazzo and Kimberly gets interviewed backstage. Deonna Purrazzo said their plan is coming along perfectly. Lee informs everyone that she's recovering just fine after Su Young's attack last week. Both women will be teaming in the Knockouts Tag Title tournament next week. Following that, a message from Young appeared on the mirror that read, "Next week, your time has come."
God, so scary.
I like creepy Su Young.
Yeah.
Overall, 6 out of 10.
I really like it,
I mean, Deonna Purrazzo's a great heel, and Su Young stuff's really nice as well.
Yeah, I'd maybe even give it a 7 out of 10. Why not?
Damn, pretty
I
high.
actually liked this segment.
Yeah, it was very good. Then Heath is talking to Rhino. Said he's excited to schedule an appointment to follow up his injuries and close to getting cleared and close to getting his contract. Rhino leaves the room to give Heath his privacy while he calls the doctor. Eric Young and Joe Doering beat the shit out of him, walk into the room where Heath is, and then close the door. So, did they attack Heath later? We do not know. But overall, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. It was a very good little segment.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
definitely. 6 out of 10 again.
Yeah, maybe even a 6.5 actually.
Then we go to the match of the night. Brian Myers versus Crazy Steve. It was actually a very enjoyable match.
Yeah, it was pretty good. From what I remember.
Brian Myers eventually did pick up the victory, though, with a clothesline, which was a shame. But in the end, I'm going to give the match a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'd maybe even give it a 3 out of 5 as well.
Yeah.
Pretty solid match.
Yeah, very solid. We then go to Dreamer bringing in Johnny Swinger for questioning. Swinger pulls out a gun, and then Dreamer's like, "Next week we're going to Wrestler's Court." So I think we'll find Johnny Swinger completely innocent next week. That's my prediction. Is that I'm predicting Johnny Swinger did not shoot Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I can't remember where he got the gun or whatever, but I don't think he would have done it.
I think it's going to end up turning out to be Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
I honestly don't really have an idea of who it might be, to be honest.
Yeah. But anyway, going to give that like a 7.5 out of 10. That was a very entertaining little segment.
Yeah, I'm maybe even giving an 8. I just loved it.
Yeah. We then go to the first match in the Knockouts Tag Team Title Tournament. Alicia Edwards and Tennille Dashwood versus Nevaeh and Havoc. They tried so hard, but Alicia and Tennille just did not win. Havoc and Nevaeh go through to the semi-finals.
God.
It was an alright match. I'd give it a 2.5 out of 5. It was fairly average.
Yeah, it was average. I can't remember the match though, really, so...
I guess just give it maybe... Then, if you can't remember it.
Yeah, considering I don't remember it too much, I'd give it maybe 2.4. Yeah. Maybe a 2.3.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't think I disliked the match, I just think that I just can't really remember it, so... Just like around a 2.3 or 2.4.
Yeah. And then we have, for the Wad of Cash, Fallah Bahh versus Hernandez. Despite the fact Fallah Bahh lost the Wad of Cash last week by the tricky and evil Tierra Hogan and Tasha Steelz. But Fallah Bahh faces Hernandez, where Hernandez wins. The match was...
Yeah.
It wasn't really much. Just give it a 2.25 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd give it maybe 2.2 as well, just...
Yeah.
It was meh.
We then go to Scott D'Amore talking to TJP in the back and said, I feel sad that you lost your championship match. I apologise for the heavy stipulation, but TJP can no longer challenge for the title. Only TJP is banned from challenging for the title. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So basically next week TJP is going to put on a mask and wrestle as a different person for the title.
Oh.
I bet.
Well, why is he banned from going for the title?
That was a stipulation into the match, is if TJP lost, he would not be allowed to challenge Raju for the championship again.
Oh. Well, I'm guessing he's probably going to put on a new gimmick then, won't he?
I'm going to guess so. Be very interesting to see.
Yeah.
Then we go to Good Brothers sitting with Scott D'Amore chatting about merchandise. Ethan Page barges into the room. He said, I want a rematch. Good Brothers say, how much do you want this? They're going to find Page an opponent, and if he beats the opponent that they pick... Also, Impact Wrestling has used the tagline on here, Good Brothers will line up a phenomenal opponent for next week. It's not going to be AJ Styles, but I love how they're hinting at that.
Yeah.
It's not going to be AJ Styles.
Yeah, it won't be. Because AJ is still in WWE, so... Yeah.
But yeah, I liked that little bit. We'll see who they pick next week.
Yeah.
Then going on to the main event, the Rascals, Wentz and Dez versus Trey Miguel and Rich Swann. Rich Swann and Trey Miguel won the match.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent match.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3 out of 5 too.
Then after the match, all 4 men gather, having a bit of a cry backstage, and then they got the shit kicked out of them by Sami Callihan and Ken Shamrock.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rich Swann will be facing the world's dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, next week.
Oh yeah, I think they already started build out before, like a few weeks ago, where there was a segment where Swann was going around after he just got a championship, and then an encounter with Ken Shamrock, and he said something.
Yeah.
I think it'd be an interesting match. I'm pretty excited for it, to be honest.
Rich Swann and Ken Shamrock.
Yeah.
But yes, that was this week's Impact. What did you think of it overall, Ellie?
You see, whenever I do these little reviews at the end, I'm always like, yeah, I'd give it maybe like a 6 or like somewhere around a 7, but then I'm like, but would I? I don't know. It's just confusing.
I'm
The
just gonna
show
give it a
was
6. It was above average, but not spectacular.
the thing is, I always forget what I always rated the other shows, so it's kind of hard for me to like remember all those, and it's just like for sometimes I'll give like Raw like a 6.4, and I'll give Impact like a 6.2.
Yeah, but in my opinion,
thinking that I give
if you're
Raw
doing
like
that,
a
you're rating
5.
the show based on the quality of the other shows and how this is. I mean, you can rate it against the others, but in the end of the day, when you're rating Impact, you're rating it based on how good it is for that night of wrestling. Just think of it as a single entity that you're reviewing.
Okay, I'd give it a 6.3. 6.3
Good,
out of 10.
good rating. So yes, I don't know, just nothing over here. But it wasn't the greatest night. I mean, the matches were all good. Just we're building to stuff. It's just we're in the midpoint of stuff actually happening at the moment. It's all just build up.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like to me as well. It's just building
Build up
up
for
for
next week.
something that's gonna be like special. Like, yeah, next week is probably gonna be somewhat big. Who's in
Yeah.
Permanent will be.
Yes. But yes, if anybody else hasn't heard, there'll also be another, hopefully, court soon over the murder of Ellie Langford and Dead Space. EA will
Yes.
finally be charged if we can get them to
Finally,
appear in court.
it's been so long. They can
Exactly.
finally be punished for their sins.
Ellie, we will free you at last.
Yes, thank you. I've been trapped here forever.
You're 31
Oh, what
years old
feels
and you
like
were
forever.
31 years old 2,000 years ago.
I know.
Rambo cry. But anyway, seriously, I hope you've enjoyed this video, this review. I'll be live. Oh yeah, tomorrow is obviously a movie or Major League Wrestling, depending on what time that works out. And then obviously AEW and Impact Wrestling. And then Thursday we'll be watching the debut of Ashen's YouTuber's new movie, Ashen's and the Polybius Heist, on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Because I've been waiting for this movie to come out since like 2014.
Yeah, I made a thumbnail for that stream
Yes, you
that
did.
Tom's gonna do. I
Yes.
actually make quite a lot of thumbnails for Tom.
Yes. Ellie Langford is the thumbnail artiste. Just like you have a
Yeah.
Subway sandwich artiste, I have a thumbnail artiste.
I always do it for the chill streams with
Yes, and then me, like All Wrestling Network, do the ones for
Wrestling
the
ones.
reviews. Which
With,
do look good. I got
yeah,
One
with
Wrestling Network to do. Shout out to him. But yes, like, share, subscribe, and we shall see you all tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.